Hello and welcome everyone back to another video. I'm back in crypto video, a banger video that we are back with. It's been a minute since I haven't made a video. Life has kind of been busy. I'm moving and yeah, so I really appreciate you guys' support so far, by the way. And of course, shout out to the people on the Telegram. We've been chatting, people asking questions. You guys should definitely join there. Give people your questions. You're not just asking me, you're asking the rest of the community. You join the community, be part of the community beyond just watching my videos. And of course, please also follow me on my Twitter. Don't miss out on my tweets that I drop there as well. But I wanted to make this video even though it's at literally midnight. It's late, I'm kind of sleepy, because I've been seeing a lot of people spread this, or not spread really, but just express their self-doubt in the bags that they're holding, especially in their altcoins. And most importantly, I'm going to be focused on the Pulsechain tokens. They're asking themselves, why am I holding Pulsechain anymore? Should I hold Pulsechain today and tomorrow? Okay, I'm going to be asking that question, giving my opinion, my thought process behind it. Okay, so that you guys can learn from it and as well become independent thinkers, and then you can have I want to hear your opinions obviously after that. But remember, this is not financial advice. Do keep that in mind. I never was a financial advisor. But before we jump into that, we're going to be talking about kind of the general crypto market. Why has it been negative? Why does it basically spread the FUD? Okay, and it is quite simple as that. Even though it's very crazy that we're having a Bitcoin being at some point, obviously in the past days it kind of fell down, but for the past majority of the week and a half, we've had Bitcoin stay over that 60k plus, 64 I think even at some point. And it's crazy that people are thinking that it's bearish when Bitcoin's at 64k, guys. Okay, and then you have the same people who are saying, when Bitcoin hit 70,000 all-time high, they were like, if it dips, I'm going to be buying so much. And then the dip finally comes. They're literally looking like, I ain't buying that shit. You know what I mean? Like, we really have people like this in the crypto market, guys, who are commenting this as well in Twitter, which is crazy. It's like, you can just go to their replies. You can see them probably saying the exact opposite. It's like, what happened? And this is what I'm telling you guys, the majority of people that are playing the game in the crypto casino, all of them are losers. Okay, the house unfortunately always wins. Majority of people are punished for this behavior because honestly, guys, they're not disciplined investors. Okay, they want to buy when things have already been pumping. Okay, they want to go after the volume, the high volume. Oh my god, everyone's buying that, I must follow that herd. You know what I mean? As opposed to, hey, the contrarian, let me be somewhere where people are not yet. Let me look at for information asymmetry. Let me not be a mid-curver as people say. But just a reminder, like, we're still in Bitcoin season. Altcoin season is nowhere near yet. Okay, but crypto time flies really quick. So when I say nowhere near yet, put that into perspective, the bull run, and I'm going to explain, a little bit of a refresher as well. Let me just double check my mic is working. Yes, it is. So yeah, if you guys are enjoying my videos so far, by the way, do give this a like. I have plenty of collaborations, plenty of video project reviews, by the way, to cover. But yeah, this is not the topic of today's video. Going back to all I'm trying to say, by the way, is Pulsechain is super bullish. I have a few collaborations within Pulsechain ecosystem that I'm really looking forward to as well. Some alpha dropping here and there. But going back to the reasons being why has actually things been falling down recently, aside from the fact that we're kind of in this consolidation period that's 95% on track with the actual Bitcoin, with the actual bull run patterns. Ethereum kind of had this FUD, which can contribute to the fact that Ethereum BTC is absolutely doing very bad. I mean, looking from all-time high to here, it is down 72% from local all-time high to where we are right now, 51%. Okay, this is Ethereum. We're not talking about altcoins that people can crap on and say, oh my god, you're down 80%. Bro, even Ethereum is down 70+% compared to Bitcoin. What are you talking about? This is a tough time for everyone. We're on the same boat. Okay, but the reason why this could be contributing to Ethereum doing badly against Bitcoin in terms of performance is because there's been rumors, and I think I do have this screenshot somewhere right here, where again, this is just Oh, actually, no. This is obviously 100% true. Where he goes, oh, why are you? Yeah, but why Ethereum Foundation always nuking? And then he just goes to explain. I'm pretty sure EIP Ethereum improvement proposal for a 44 loan, which Ethereum Foundation funded devs led in specking and implementing with help from Optimism, blah blah blah. Reducing the gas fees. Blah, blah, blah. So he's saying like when you do the trade-off analysis, it was actually worth it because it saved more gas fees. And then this guy replies, why do you dump so many tokens at once? We've saved our users millions in transaction fees. Well, now this is kind of been controversial where people are saying, hey, don't dump Ethereum on our heads. There's been many cases where Ethereum has been doing that, Ethereum Foundation people, and I think even recently Vitalik sent a kind of like a huge donation. I forgot how much, but a huge donation to the Ethereum Foundation for the ETHOS project, which is the first Ethereum-based mobile phone operating system. I don't know anything more than that, but I might make a video on that. But yeah, at these times you want to be donating, basically selling. By the way, when we say donate, they're obviously going to sell it to actually turn it into fiat, to actually pay people who are going to work on this. So not the best times. People look at that and then they it's not really good news to them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not the right time to really donate for a ETHOS, not in the best market conditions at least. And then obviously has been other alleged news where they were saying, oh yeah, as well, Vitalik donated to the Kamala Harris campaign, which is crazy to me, to be honest with you, because Kamala Harris is definitely anti-crypto. The whole thing with the Operation, what is it called? Operation Choke Point. Yeah, Operation Choke Point. Is there Operation Choke Point 2.0? I think there is as well. So who do you think is going to lead it? People who like Gary Gensler. Who likes Gary Gensler? Kamala, who literally said, I would nominate, again, this is allegedly said she would nominate Gary Gensler to be like head of security. Head of the security is absolutely crazy. You know what I mean? And I think even though US government actually holds 200,000 Bitcoin, now you can only imagine when Gary Gensler becomes head of security assets, whatever that department is called. Yeah, all that Bitcoin is going to be gone. And then guess what? You have now China is going to be in lead, which you don't really want, right? You want United States to be ahead of that innovation with DeFi and stuff like that. You don't want to throttle it. You don't want to impede it. You don't want to, put a block at it. And speaking of that, by the way, in terms of news, there's also MakerDAO. MakerDAO, by the way, has also changed its name, rebranded it to Sky. Very unoriginal. I really like the MakerDAO, to be fair. Unoriginal, okay, but fair enough. It's a short name, very snappy. You will remember it. That logo, though, come on, guys. You can do a better job. That's nothing, okay? That's as here in the UK we say, that's a B-Tech logo. You can do better, man. Anyways, going back to it, been in some controversy. The reason being because it has it is now creating a USDS stablecoin which has a freeze function. Okay, it's kind of different with how DAI from Ethereum is. DAI from Ethereum is actually really liked by a lot of people, especially Richard Hart, over stuff like USDC and USDT, because USDC and USDT has those freeze and / blacklist functions. But with DAI, it doesn't really have that. It has an indirect way of doing it, where you'd need votes from seats. So it's kind of like a DAO, right? MakerDAO, that's where it comes from, decentralized autonomous organization, where you have to vote to implement a change, and that takes time, okay? And it actually needs a lot of people to agree on this, as opposed to, for example, with the USD S, right? Whatever that stands for, the S there, I think it stands for soy. Shout out to Sami, where at a drop of a hat, basically, you can just freeze anyone just because maybe you didn't like them. You know what I mean? Oh, you're friends with that guy? Oh yeah, we're going to freeze you and all your wallets, associated wallets. That's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Very easy to abuse there. Now, I understand this can help with criminals. I understand this will make crypto market seem more, regulated, which is good for institutional investors to feel more welcomed. You know what I mean? But as long as DAI, the old DAI, the normal DAI that we all like from Ethereum, stays there, right? Well, if you scroll down in the article, what do they say? Original DAI will still exist? Yes. Are you sure about that? Because once you have the USDS, whatever it's called, USDCS, they're going to slowly, of course, what do you think is going to happen? They're not going to undeploy that, because that's not really possible. The next thing that they will do, which most likely will be, is that they will pull the liquidity slowly to the new one. So yes, even though the original DAI will still exist, yeah, you have to keep in mind for sure, as it states here, but there is a caveat: if Sky's new USDS stablecoin is successful, users will migrate to it from the DAI and liquidity will fall. So not really great as well, but we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes, because they did also mention this in May post on the Sky governance forums. Co-founder Christensen laid out a plan to transition DAI to pure DAI, an immutable, unfreezable version of the stablecoin that will have no permanent connection to Sky. Fair enough. We'll see how that goes. We'll keep you guys updated, guys. We'll keep you updated with that story. But aside from that, I wanted to highlight as well with Matty Allen, all in. He asked a poll: can Hex ever reach a new all-time high? With majority of people saying yes. And then a shout out to Barter Town saying the vote is too high. We have to wait another 2 years. We have to wait until, mostly everyone is saying never. That's when we have really hit the bottom and it's truly bullish. Well, hopefully not. Obviously, that's a joke. It's only 586 votes. But yeah, Hex, no, it's super bullish. I'm both bullish on Hex and PHEX, by the way. And we have a tweet here from Richard Hart, quoting a article from law.com, I believe. And then this one is just basically here where they're saying in Miami said that the ruling and its fallout, again, this is referring to the SEC lawsuit with against Pulsechain, against Hex, and against Richard Hart. It's crazy to me that you're literally suing a piece of code. They're basically suing Richard Hart for using funds for funding lavish goods, whatever. I think roughly 12 million, and at the same time the whole sacrifice phase where they're saying that's I don't know, they don't like that. And as well, obviously, the fact that Pulsechain, Hex are unregistered securities, which is kind of crazy to me, because Pulsechain, and here you'll even mention it here, you'll see, Pulsechain is essentially a copy of Ethereum, and Hex is essentially a Bitcoin, but with a certificate of deposit function that's basically deployed as a smart contract on Ethereum. You know what I mean? This provides a roadmap for anyone creating a cryptocurrency who wants to remain outside of the SEC's enforcement arm. And then he follows on by saying this case will go down in history as one of those cases that nobody saw coming, and it's very important. And that's very true, guys. Okay, it's actually really great to be in Pulsechain whenever this is unfolding, because by the time I'm very confident that we're going to win against the SEC, which, by the way, this really tells you how Richard Hart is not just fighting a fight between him and the SEC. He's actually representing the whole of the crypto industry, guys, because SEC has been known for picking and choosing the battles, very inconsistent, and as well at the same time not really providing clarity to what they would like in terms of, okay, what is actually allowed, what is not. You know what I mean? It seems like the main function of an SEC is to really time lock, unfortunately, and they're very, very good at it. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can really tell that the fight that Richard Hart is fighting, he is really fighting for the freedom of speech through blockchain, and of course the fact that code is speech, which is again fighting against the First Amendment, right? So yeah, it's pretty cool to be in here. My conviction for Pulsechain only grows the more I learn about it. So I hope I reflect that to the videos as well, so you guys can gain that knowledge and insight. So yeah, moving on, we have here a screenshot from Panos, shout out to him, where he quote tweets Eric Wall's tweet where he said, "How am I cheering for the wrong side? I sent a nuclear weapon to the SEC instead of having him run around and scam inbreds." And then here is Eric Wall working for the feds, and then someone said, "Has anybody else read this differently? As though he's saying he sent a nuclear weapon, Richard Hart, to annihilate the SEC, because that's what nuclear weapons do." And then Eric Wall saying bingo. That's kind of a, he's actually bullish. He's on the side, the wrong side, right? On the wrong side of Richard Hart. So yeah, shout out to Eric Wall for that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that basically kind of catches up with the latest news. By the way, aside from actually one more piece of news here, because I saw a tweet from, if I found it, no, I don't have it, unfortunately. But Ton, if you guys didn't know, Telegram's, oh, there it is, that's the tweet actually. Justin Ton's Telegram blockchain stops processing transactions again after going offline for 7 hours yesterday. Okay, and this is where people start saying, hello, PulseChain. This is why I'm in PulseChain. It really does solve so many issues. Solana's and Ton's buggy network. We have 100% uptime in PulseChain, and of course the fact that yes, it's very cheap fees. That's not the best marketing right now, especially that Ethereum itself is very cheap. But of course, when things are peak volume, things are peak demand, yeah, do you remember that Ethereum can literally reach, and it has done this year, around $100 per transaction. So keep that in mind, by the way. So this is why PulseChain is really good. It's consistently in under a cent or just a few cents per transaction. But yeah, what if you guys didn't know about Ton? But yeah, there's just people talking about how yet another outage, because I think they had too much traction with the token dogs, which is absolutely crazy to me. It was like around a few million in volume, and that caused an outage, which is actually crazy. Doesn't sound like very scalable, but if you guys didn't know what Ton is, I am also very new to Ton. You never know, might be bullish, I don't know. I might make a video on this solo video, but yeah, it's a layer 1 blockchain created and designed by Telegram itself. Okay, which is kind of they have definitely an edge there, kind of like how Basechain is super bullish, because of course they already own Coinbase, which is arguably top 1 or top 2 best centralized exchanges, and then they even have a wallet as well, wallet app, Coinbase wallet. So yeah. And then you have the same thing with Telegram. Guys, Telegram is basically the #1 social media for crypto, followed by Twitter, and then probably followed by YouTube as a third platform. Let me know what you think of that as well. I want to hear your thoughts if you do agree with that statement. But yeah, again, Ton, keep that in mind. I hope you guys, I don't know if you guys want me to make videos on it. There is bullish projects on it. Don't get me wrong. Yes, there's money to be made on there. But when we look into their stats, seems like they have 26 million, which, by the way, when you go to their website, I don't know what's going on. It is stating that it has 376 million. I mean, you know what? Let's just look at here. Apparently, it's number 10. Oh yeah, number 10 or 12, 13 billion. In terms of volume, fair enough. 364 million. For some reason, I guess Dexscreener is not the most accurate. Well, that's huge inaccuracy then. We're talking like 90% error rate right there, which is kind of crazy to me. But anyways, going back to the main part of the video, why are you holding PulseChain, guys? I think everyone here should be bullish about it, because time for it will come, by the way, because I do believe PulseChain will have its own turn. If you look into Hart's law, how things move up and down in tandem. If you've realized, if Ethereum goes up 2%, you'll see most likely PulseChain move up with it, but by 4%. So double that leverage, more of the exposure to it, because again, it has less liquidity, and at the same time it's kind of bonded with Ethereum. That's how it's linked up together. Okay, but this is a tweet that I made, quote tweet, and I made this picture, by the way. Let me know what you think of it. Albert Einstein saying, "He who understands PulseChain earns it. He who doesn't pays it." So yeah, this is what you guys are missing out on in Twitter. So yeah, follow my Twitter link in the description. But yeah, this guy says, "But okay, it's been 3 years, brother. I'm tired." So I just wanted to kind of cheer him up, and I basically said this. Okay, patience, my friend. The past years have been in the bear market. 2025 will be the year. Hard times create strong men. Tough times never last. Only tough people last. Okay. These aren't fun times for sure in crypto, but great things will come to those who delay gratification. DCA and HODL is the way. Would you rather make many small wins, or make one big win that gives you the financial freedom? Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Again, quote from Albert Einstein. And then Bitcoin's aim to reach around 164K in 2025. I think that's very very achievable. We need Ethereum to move. Keep an eye on Ethereum /BTC ratio, especially when it comes to the 0.55 and higher. This is when the altcoin season will start. Looking at that as one, and of course looking at like stuff like the others others crypto market cap, which is basically everything outside of the top 10 CMC. This is really great. So I've made this video kind of explaining where do I think the altcoin season will peak. Where's the wave one? I think wave one will be around here, end of March or beginning of April. Wave two could be around the end of 2025 or beginning of November. So how I would see it, we might even see some slight sideways, and then we start seeing some rallying up, maybe a pullback, and then the real peak. Okay, and then again we're gonna see some correction, and then perhaps maybe a second peak. Now I don't know if the second peak is gonna be higher than the first one or lower than the first one, but all I know, because when we look at the previous bull runs, you can see there's been a consistent 2 peaks. You see how the bull run here in 2017, it kind of seemed like it did have a higher peak, but with 2021 altcoin season, it kind of seems like it's at the same level. So I'm not really betting on that second peak, but yeah, this is kind of how I see things going. So try to survive, guys. Try to survive the unfortunate consolidation, and sometimes even things going lower. So yeah, it does seem like we might have to kind of survive around another month or two before we see things start running up. And I'm talking about where truly you'll see some FOMO happening. Okay, you might not believe me, but the prices that we are seeing right now here in PulseChain, absolutely crazy. Okay, we also know one fact: when Pulse moves, INC moves even harder. Okay, we've seen what happened from 39 cents all the way up to almost $10, guys. You can calculate the X, that's around 20 something X, which is absolutely crazy. Yeah, I'm here trying to catch it again. Now I've seen a lot of like experts on Twitter saying like we're gonna see $300 INC. I've even seen people like saying 600, some people even saying 1,000 plus. Absolutely crazy. So what I usually like to do when I see that kind of wild predictions, I usually try to divide that by 3. Shout out to someone from the farmers community, my Telegram, that you should join. He kind of gave that strategy, and I think that's very, very good to have like to make it more conservative, make it more realistic. So I'm looking at, instead of $300 INC, I'm looking at $100 INC. Okay, and then obviously from the prices of today, which is 160 cents, $1.6, is a 58x. That's going to be absolutely amazing, by the way. And then obviously you're looking at things like Hex. It kind of fell down a lot. It's taking huge hits. But again, guys, I do feel like, as things go lower and lower, it does make it a more intense kind of slingshot to how high it can reach. Because now if you look at it into perspective, right, this is all-time high, 50 cents, right? It used to be a 78x to all-time high, but now because of the prices that we have right now, it is 114x. Keep it. That's kind of the perspective I like to look at it. Is a glass, is a half full or half empty glass? It really depends on your perspective. Are you optimistic? Are you pessimistic? Choose the first rather than the latter, guys. You know what I mean? Because honestly, at the end of the day, we do have one bull run, so you want to make the best out of it. Are you going to be content with making a 4x holding Ethereum? Sure, you can do that. Hold it to I don't know, $7,000 to $10,000. Never leverage, by the way. I never recommend that. But yeah, keep that in mind, guys. You know what I mean? Why am I holding PulseChain? Because the fight that Richard Hart is fighting, he's actually representing us, all of us in crypto. Whether you just hold Bitcoin, whether you just hold Ethereum, whether you hate PulseChain, Richard Hart is representing you. Okay, what is he is going through right now with the SEC will go down in history. What's happened with Richard Hart with CoinMarketCap, which is owned by Binance US, how they've basically demoted Hex when it's supposed to be in the top 10 and the top 100 CMC ranking. Absolutely crazy. Okay, while they promoted their own tokens. Okay, so that's really not good, because now look at it. In the centralized exchanges, nobody wants to list basically any PulseChain, any Hex tokens because of the SEC stuff, because they're scared. Shout out to Maxi, by the way, a tier 1 centralized exchange that basically broke that curse. You know what I mean? We're looking forward to the other centralized exchanges, again, making it easier and easier for people to onboard. So yeah, guys, listen, I'm going to end the video there. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I think this video is longer than what I expected because I'm actually really sleepy. It's almost 1 a.m. And I have work tomorrow. But you know what I mean? This is the hustle. It's the sacrifices that you put in, guys. Again, I'm going to end the video with one message. Okay? Don't look at what PulseChain is today. Think about what it will be tomorrow. Delay your gratification and you will be rewarded. Okay? Day trading, swing trading, sure, you can make small wins. But the biggest winners, the people who have become financially free, broken off the 9 to 5, the rat race, as people call it, okay? They've broken off that because they've hodled through the dips, through the FUD, okay? When everyone's calling them crazy, what are you doing? Holding PulseChain, oh yeah, it's a minus 99%. Guess what? We have a cult, guys, okay? A cult, a very strong community where I've seen people like donating to other people for helping, you know, with their situations. I think someone was like, I think he's, you know, out on bail in another country. That's beautiful to see, by the way. It's beautiful to see, even in these bloody market conditions. It really does tell you what we have is that PulseChain's greatest asset is the community. It's people like you, people like me. You know, I'm just doing my part, by the way. I'm not compared to other builders, compared to those, you know, whales who are donating to other people, helping people out. So you know, I'm just doing, you know, my part of the community here by giving spotlight to projects. I don't really do anything else. So you know what I mean? But you know, I try to do my best. I really hope you guys have been learning a lot from my knowledge at least. But I do like to keep learning more so I can share more with you guys as well. Guys, PulseChain is a great place to be. You know what I mean? Whether you're into memes, whether you're into, you know, yield farming, PulseX is the most trusted farms out there. Even Andrew Tate is in here, has like 150,000. I made videos on that. Go check it out. Okay, making INC on a daily and holding that, by the way. Yeah, he's holding that. So yeah, tons of bullish things that we have here, guys. We have 170 content creators, like 70 streamers. Shout out to your friend Somi, very smart guy. Honestly, I feel better knowing that we have the ATROPA dev, knowing that we have, you know, builders in PulseChain that are very smart, knowing they have, you know, consistent streamers. Yeah, guys, we're the strongest community. We've survived the coin. Like, we didn't die because of the 99% drop. We've survived the 99% drop, and you will see that. You will see PulseChain flourish, and it feels great to be here. I'm gonna end the video there. I'm literally really sleepy, guys. If you guys do enjoy it, you know, you can support me multiple ways. You can buy me a coffee to keep me up awake researching at times like these. You can become a YouTube member, or you can just honestly share the video with your crypto bros or sisters. Get them into PulseChain. Okay, get them learning about crypto. You know what I mean? Not financial advice, but it's good to be up with the trends. And yeah, guys, you can make money, honestly. Think about it. When you compare it to the stock market, really, you know, crypto is actually really a great instrument to work smart and not hard. But, you know, you never know. I might make some videos on the normal stock market. I used to play around with that, with like commodities and stuff like that. Like I used to be in the index of FTSE 100 before I started making videos. I used to day trade it actually on a daily. And I made good returns, really. That was during like March of COVID times. But you know, it was kind of stressful, very stressful, guys. Okay, and I've used strategies that I would never recommend anyone to do the strategies that I've done. Yeah, it requires a lot of mental toughness. Okay, it's like, imagine seeing your orders down on a huge negative, but you don't want to click sell because you realize your losses. But then you have to wait it out and wait until the sentiments fade away, until there's good news. Where at that time, which is crazy, the good news is that vaccine progressions. Oh, you know, we're gonna have vaccines soon. That was the good news at the time. That made the index go up. So I was looking out for things like that. Oh, cinemas are gonna open. Oh, airlines are gonna start, you know, taking more flights. That was the good news. Okay, which is kind of crazy. Like, it was a controlled time, guys. Controlled time. I couldn't see all my friends. like I had to choose, I had to make a bubble, which I could only make a bubble with my family at that time. It was crazy. It was really crazy. It was a test. But anyways, did we fail or did we pass the test? Again, that's not a topic for this video or any video I'm gonna be making that topic in this channel. Guys, I'm sleepy. I'm just literally rambling. I'll catch you guys later. Take care. Thank you.